Is the Boss HM-2 an overrated and overused pedal? Today we're going to take a look at it. What's up everybody, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Taylor and I do all sorts of guitar related stuff like this on my channel.
Oh, you. Every village has its asshole and you're it.
If that's something you enjoy, make sure to subscribe and click the bell notification icon so you don't miss any of my uploads. Today I wanted to talk about something that's probably going to ruffle a few feathers. This guy right here, the Boss HM-2. The Boss HM-2 has a really interesting history, but let's start with the pedal itself. It's kind of unique in the fact that it has two tone knobs that will boost or cut by 20 decibels in their given frequency bands. It also has a distortion knob, which as far as I can tell makes no difference unless you absolutely turn it all the way down.
Frankly, if your HM-2 doesn't look like this, then you're missing out on some serious mojo.
Now, Boss had this pedal in production from 1983 to 1991, and it was kind of considered a failure at the time, so they discontinued it. Little did they know metalheads would be buying these up in troves because of its legendary Swedish death metal sound. Now, although this pedal has achieved a legendary cult status among metalheads, it was actually first notably used by Pink Floyd's David Gilmour. But where I know it from, and many of you probably know it from, is the 90s Scandinavian death metal scene with bands like Entombed and At the Gates. Now, often at that time, this pedal was used in front of amps like JCM 800s, but At the Gates did something very interesting with this pedal on their album Slaughter of the Soul. As the legend goes, they used the HM-2 to boost a Boss Metal Zone pedal, and they ran that into a PV solid-state combo amp.
And the thing is, like with the guitar sound, was like Anders, he had this homemade cabinet with two 10-inch speakers and two 12-inch speakers, and two of them was broken. And he had this old PV Supreme 160 top, and we're using the pedal Metal Zone that everybody hates.
Well, not only do I have an HM-2, but I just happen to have a Metal Zone as well. So this got me thinking, this sound was very popular in this melodic death metal movement in the 90s, but would it have sounded better with a more modern high-gain amplifier?
Remember, we didn't have any money.
Now, I know there's a lot of bands that still use the HM-2 today, like Nails, Black Breath, then Trap Them. And those bands have really given the HM-2 a life of its own with their unique style. But I'm specifically interested in the tone on Slaughter of the Soul. I think it's really interesting that a band like At the Gates helped make the HM-2 such a legendary pedal, and yet they play melodic death metal, which is not really a genre that I would associate with HM-2 tone today. I mean, if the HM-2 tone was still popular in the melodic death metal realm, then Black Dahlia Murder would be using it on every album they put out. A while ago, I actually did a cover of Slaughter of the Soul by At the Gates on my channel. I'll link that up here if you want to check that out. And what I thought would be kind of interesting is taking that DI and reamping it with the Boss HM-2 into the Boss Metal Zone to try and recreate that tone as closely as I possibly can, and then compare that to a mix with the guitar DIs being ran through a modern plugin or something like that. I'm thinking probably one of the Rev purple patches in the THU plugin. It's probably one of my top 5 favorite guitar tones for this type of music. So let's get over to the demo and compare these things side by side. Okay, so I am interested to hear what you guys think. Do you think the At the Gates tone is legendary and it shouldn't be touched and it defined that genre? Or do you think it would sound better through a more modern amplifier? Let me know down in the comments below. As far as the HM-2 being overrated, I don't think that this is an overrated pedal. I think that this pedal serves a very unique and distinct purpose, and I think that the bands that use it know exactly the sound and the vibe they're going for, and that's why they use it. And if it wasn't such a unique, cool pedal, then there wouldn't be all these other pedal manufacturers making clones of it. Thank you so much to my patrons for helping support the channel. If you're interested in joining my Patreon account, there's a link in the description below, as well as a link for my Discord server, which you should join. It's cool, it's a lot of fun. And if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.